Hello, everybody. Hi, welcome to Old Style Classics Baseball Cards. I'm Rob. It's Tobacco Tuesday, September 3rd, 2024, 6:30 p.m. California time. Um, Thanks for joining me. So this is my follow-up episode to my Tobacco Card Tuesday episode that I did early. um, Quick shout outs to commenting collector Rob responded to me and Wax Nostalgic as well. A couple comments from them. I'm looking for more subscribers. Got about 20 days before my 1 year anniversary here on YouTube. Would like to hit 200 subscribers. So if you wouldn't mind subscribing or sending somebody my way who might enjoy that. And if you hear my voice here, a little monotone, so you could always change your settings to 1.25 or 1.5. As life goes on, I've discovered, got the ADHD in, see, the inattentive version. So my mind, it's not that I'm bouncing off the walls like a little kid. So the inattentive version is where my mind's doing that. My mind's over here, it's over there, it's going on with these frogs and toads and stuff going on. Then I tend to kind of meander and talk, and I jump from one thing to another and then back to the other thing without even explaining why I did that. So please forgive me, folks. It's just the way I am. But if you don't mind, if my monotone, I guess monotone is one of those symptoms as well. It's hard to go up and down and up and down. My mind's just scatterbrain. So anyhow, if you guys wouldn't mind, if you want to speed up the video, that would probably make me sound a little more normal. So anyways, thanks for that. So today we are going to continue Tobacco Card Tuesday. So we got my original T206 there and my original T205. So I did the minis in the last episode, like the short print backs, like the Piedmonts, and then this is a Hassan here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go forward and show you the hits from Topps 205 and Topps 206. Now 206 came out before 205, and then same thing Topps did in the early 2000s. They did Topps 206 and then Topps 205. Then they went away, came back like 8 years later, and then they did Topps 206 a few more years. It went away. Then they had some 205 insert cards like in Heritage and stuff like that, and that went away. And then in the later 2000 teens, like let's say 18 or 19, they did the Topps 206 online exclusives where you could just order the mini cards. So there's some official tobacco cards for Tobacco Card Tuesday. So let's go ahead and wrap this one up. I got a few things, a few extra things to show you just because I don't have a whole lot of these. So what we're going to do here is kind of show you a few cards, and then we'll show you the hits that go along with it. So we're going to start with the 205, which is actually later than the 206. So these ones come from 2003. So I just pulled out the Derek Jeter. That's the full-size card of Derek Jeter, 2003 Topps 205. Beautiful set. They did a real good job on this one. And yes, they did do minis in these as well. So I was questioning that the other episode. And then there's a National League version with an old-time player on it. Now, as you can see, these are full-size cards. So I don't think full-size cards work as well, but these ones do pretty good, but the Topps 206 not as much. So Richard Hobletzel. Alright, so there is that for the 205. So what I'm going to do is then I'll show you a mini 205, which is, like I said, came in the packs with these. This is also 2003, and that's one of the special short print drum backs. So hopefully you guys can see that. This shouldn't be too long of an episode, but you know me, with my inattentiveness, I tend to wander and meander and go off on either a tirade or a tangent. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Tangent. It's like the words are there, they just don't come out as easily. All right, so not only did those cards, they came like this. So I even got a wrapper for at least the first few. I don't have the one for the 2010, or if I do, it's just not right in front of me. So those cards came in here. So Topps 206, Major League Baseball cards, second series. Look for randomly inserted relics, autograph cards, and original T206 cards. So, oops, did I get that backwards? Yes, I did. Sorry, folks. Already a little off here. I was gonna do the early T206 first. Sorry about that. This is from these, so my bad. Topps 205, 2003. So, well, at least you know what the front of the next one looks like. Alright, so we'll just do this. Topps 205, Major League Baseball cards. Basically look for the same thing, original T205s, which are these, that they would put in like a mini frame as a 101. And here's your small print stuff on the back. And I guess they still got obviously you still had odds back then. So I'll let you kind of take a look at that. For 2003. I used to group the autographs and stuff like that. So let's do the 205s first. Alright, so I don't have any autographs to speak of with this, but I do have, I believe I picked this up in Albuquerque at one of those card shops. That Al Leiter, who was a big chase in the late 80s or early 90s, because he was a really good pitcher. So Al Leiter there, let's see, is that coming in? Alright, so there we go. Piece of jersey relic there with the pinstripe in it. I see that like that. That's going to drive me crazy, people. Alright. I think it's weird when they do these horizontal stripes like that. But really cool cards. And these actually came out before Allen and Ginter. So you can see the progression up to Allen and Ginter through the cards I'm showing you today. Alright. So there we go. That's the first one. And then we also got this. So Ramirez for the Cubbies there. It just says Chicago National, like if it were an old school card. And Aramis Ramirez. So I might have paid that. So game used bat. Alright, let's see if we can read this. You've just received an authentic game used bat card. Aramis Ramirez from 2003. Topps 205 baseball. And so game used. So pretty sweet. Aramis was pretty good. Always get Aramis Ramirez mixed up with Carlos Zambrano. So I think in the past I said, wasn't he a troublemaker? No, it was Zambrano that used to get into fights and stuff like that. I believe my Cubbies are playing right now. Let's take a look, or let's ask old Elixir what she thinks.
The Chicago Cubs are trailing the Pittsburgh Pirates 5-0 in the top of the 7th inning. With 1 out and none on, Tyson Miller is pitching to Isaiah Kiner Falefa. The count is 1-1.
Dope. Okay. Not good. They lost yesterday, and now they're losing again, and we kind of at the point where we need to win. All right, so Aramis Ramirez, so 2003. Now we're going to go backwards to 2002. So once again, Topps 206, because the way the guy cataloged these cards, the 1909 through 1911 cards, he cataloged as 206. And then for whatever reason, the ones that came out the next year, he cataloged 205, if you didn't know. So let's see what we got here on odds. So you can pause that, take a look. 2002, right down in there. That's very much like an Allen Ginter pack. So there's the top small print stuff. So I like these, pretty cool. I didn't know they did multiple series. Alright, so this would be Topps 206, the first year. Well, the second year, I think, to be honest with you. So I showed this one yesterday. It's Sammy Sosa. I never did mention the name. Then I started showing the Ichiro because he was more in portrait like that. But, you know, that's where these came from. The idea for these came from tobacco cards. Ergo, Tobacco Card Tuesday and or Thursday. Alright, now these ones have that brown back as opposed to the originals, which had a white back. So when I eventually got around to doing them like this, it's much better, even though I like cardboard backs. But I just like it to be more like the original if they're gonna not replicate but honor. So as you can see there, card 212, baseball series, slamming Sammy Sosa. Alright, so then I have one hit from that set, and that is Cliff Floyd on the game used uniform here. Now, I thought I had somebody else like Jorge Soler, but it's not with my hits. So for whatever reason, it's not with my hits. So apparently, from 2002 to 2003, they stopped using the hologram logo there, the little authentication thing. So 2002 they still had it. 2003 they didn't have it any longer. And then we also saw from like 2009 they were using the old rookie card logo to 2010 where they have the modern rookie card logo. Now that one doesn't seem like it was put in there very expertly. Wonder how they do that when they're actually at the printing process. And was it a collector's dream? Was it Orlando? Who was talking to the guy who was a printer? Maybe it was Mangini. So it'd be interesting to know if he, well, I guess he didn't work with cards, but somebody who does cards, to know like who handles these short print stuff, like the relics and putting them in, and the autographs and framing these cards, you know, so that they go to jail. See, folks, I got to keep myself entertained because my mind's just wandering around. Alright, so let me see if I can change my monotoneness. Hey, look at that. Wow, it's Cliff Floyd. Woo, for Miami Marlins. But at the time, the Florida Marlins. So then I sound obnoxious. Alright, so I hope I'm not sounding obnoxious to people. It's just my voice. It's like having resting bitch face. It's having resting bitch voice. Alright. So Cliff Floyd, that's pretty cool. Alright, so now we're going to move forward into the Topps 206, but from 2010. So imagine that was a 2010, which would look nothing like that. So we're going to show you a few of the minis first. Alright, so first we showed that Mickey Mantle here, the 2010. So I picked a few that were actually pretty well centered, so maybe I shouldn't have done that. Let's see how bad some of these are. Like the That Carpenter one there, typical baseball caramel back. I'm still not sure whether they have base ones that aren't the caramels. So the caramels may be the base, but I think I have more that are just regular backs like the other ones that I showed, that just have more information about the person. But nevertheless, so typically you get that on these tobacco minis. And so the 2010, not as impressed with them because, you know, they look more like OBAC cards in the background, which is okay, but they don't resemble the T206 as much. But after multiple seasons, they got to try something else, right? So that's what the minis look like. And just to give you a comparison, dag nabbit. So let me go back in time, people. Let's rewind this real quick. So you got the Sammy Sosa on the Topps 206, and that is the 2002, along with the single hit that we had from that. And then there was the full-size card. So I have a Todd Helton on the 2006 and a Barry Bonds. So I figure there's some Barry Bonds fans out there. So that is also from the 2002 set. So I forgot to show those. So there's the full-size cards, the mini, and then the hit. Forgive me. Alright, and now we're moving on to the Topps 206 from 2010. The Mickey Mantle. So this is the one that I'll have the most of. So I have two of these. And then the base cards look like this. And that's the full-size card. So some of them do have that more original look, you know, with just the plain background. But then some of them are like that. So it's a little mixed bag on these cards. So still pretty cool. And now they went with the white back, so they make a little more sense. I believe they did a set in, oh, this is 2009 right there. So, and then that's 2010. Okay, so that's what they did. So I do have one from 2009. And so I guess they went back to the old school design. And then 2010 they decided to change it up and go with this. See, people, my video is just all over the place. Just not pre-planned. I just kind of go out on a whim. Alright, 2009, the J. Bruce here, so it has a little bit of something else going on there too, so it's maybe not as much the same. Alright, then 2009 as well, so yep, my bad. So Clayton Kershaw, that's the short print from 2009. Alright, so let's take a look at these minis. Am I just misreading it? No, 2010, so I wonder where the full-size ones are. 2010, so we got 2009, 2010, and then they went away. And another one that we got from the 2010, let's assume, because it's got the same background there, is the Stan Musial there. Mr. Stan Musial on the old millback. So that's really interesting. I wonder, did they not do minis in 2009? Am I conflating these things together? Alright, and so now we're going to get on with the hits from 2010. These should be. Yep. So, with this set, first we have a Joey Votto mini frame relic. So super cool. They got the Piedmont frame, so there was different frames, and then if you got a shorter print frame, that it would either be stamped on the card on the frame somewhere, or possibly on the card. But I don't believe I have any short print ones. So like the Piedmont was the base relic. So factory number 25, 24 District, Virginia. Baseball series new. Wonder what that is up there. I've never noticed this, whatever that little thing is going on there. Alright. And then same thing on the back. But the Joey Votto, so pretty cards. So Tobacco Mini in there. You just received Joey Votto 2010's Topps 206 baseball. Alright. Then my next relic is, there we go, Mr. Yogi Berra. So there's the Yogi Berra one that I got. So I think I was deciding between this and the Goodwin Champion. So I think in my Goodwin episode, I said I might have one in like Cracker Jack. But it was the Goodwin that I was looking at and this one. And I decided on this one just because it was Topps. Even though I thought that the Goodwin one probably looked a little better. But it might have been a little off center too. Alright, so piece of Yogi Berra jersey there, folks. So pretty cool. As you can see, kind of going with the theme and the twilight or something like that, and the sky in the background there. And yeah, I'm sure I got a discount, but I paid up for this one. But hey, it's Yogi Berra, so why not? You received a relic card. Catcher Yogi Berra for you Yankees fans. And these cards, I believe, because you can touch, there's a little window in here where you can touch this. But if you feel the card, it's very kind of plasticky, I think, kind of like the frame, especially on the back. So the Yogi Berra people, so there's a good Tobacco Card Tuesday card. Alright, so that's it for the relics. Now on to the autographs, people. So here we go, mini framed autograph. Peralta for the Indians. On card here. So Peralta, Johnny Peralta, 2010. Let's take a look at that real quick. Alright, just making sure these are all 2010s, because if I messed up again, I'm like, might as well just start over. Alright, Johnny Peralta, third base. You just received top certified autograph Johnny Peralta 2010 Topps T206. They actually put it down as T206 there, so that's interesting. I've never noticed that. Then of course the guarantee and all that. So beautiful on-card signature there. That's really nice. And like I said, the big chase while I was buying a lot of these, other than the fact that you got minis, was that the Cal Ripken Jr. card was a big chase. I believe it was the autograph that could have been like the relic as well, or was going for a lot, like in the old Beckett's and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. So I did do pretty good, and these are all blasters, basically, people. Unless they had some hobby versions in their bargain bin. Alright, so next we have Josh Willingham. So let's show you the back first. So TA Topps autograph. Josh Willingham, outfielder, 2010. Same Piedmont, and there it is. Another nice autograph. That looks pretty cool on card. Just like Allen Ginter, any of these white cards take to the autographs just beautiful. Just stunning. And these cards have been sitting around now for what, 14, 15 years for you guys to see. And I've been wanting to show these as well, because these are the kind of things I like. I love tobacco minis. whether they're framed or not. But I really dig it. Woo! Sorry about my voice, people. Oh boy. Alright. Next, so got a handful, is Eugenio Velez. So basically the same thing. Piedmont back. Eugenio Velez. For the Giants. There you go, Giants guys. Here in the Bay Area. Wonder if all the A's fans will stick with the A's, or are they going to switch over to the Giants, or what are they going to do? Will they go out on a limb and do something crazy like, well, I can't go for the A's anymore, so but I can't stomach being a Giants fan, so I'll either be a Padres or even a Dodger fan. Maybe Anaheim, I don't know, the Angels, but like if I was an A's fan, well, first I wouldn't want to be because I'm not an American League fan. But I couldn't be a Giants fan either. So if I was a California guy, I'd probably switch over to the Padres. That would probably be my team. If I were a California dude. Mariners, if you like the American League, I think the Mariners are pretty cool. But yeah, I doubt a lot of them are going to switch over to the Giants. But their kids probably will, next generation. So there'll probably be a generation or two that either sticks with the A's or switches over to somebody else. But if they have kids up here, they're just going to end up being Giants fans unless they can get another team or somehow not have them leave. Look at that, it's beautiful autograph there. Top certified autograph issue. Velez, San Francisco. Alright, and then my one variation. I guess I do have one short print. Well, shorter print than those Piedmonts, but it is not numbered that I am seeing. And then we have one more card to show you guys after this, or maybe a few, let's see. So then we have the baseball caramels. So that is the next level of rarity beyond Piedmonts, I believe. Baseball caramels, all-star players. Now, Orlando Cabrera, you've just received top certified autograph. So that's a rarer version than those Piedmonts. But the one issue with this card is sticker autograph. And we're talking the old sticker autographs that really stand out that it's a sticker because it's on that silver hologram. It's still cool, and I like that it's kind of on that landscape card, so that's pretty neat. So that's kind of neat, that little image still. At least they put an image on there. I think some of the lower brands like Obac or something, when they did that, they wouldn't even put the picture on. Some of them. And it's neat how they did these American Caramel with the kind of the landscape frame as well. That landscape frame really only makes sense. Landscape. I mean, I get that they're both landscape here, but it's just kind of weird that they put this upside down by comparison. So there you go. Alright, so I'll give you a second to look at that, and hang on a second here, folks. Alright, folks, thanks for hanging in there. So I just figured, yeah, you know what, I don't want to have to do a another episode where I just decided to say, oh, I should have done these while I did this episode. So Orlando Cabrera, so that's pretty cool. So then we are going to move on to some more modern stuff, but before we get to that, I will show you my Andre Dawson. So the 2010 set, Andre Dawson base full-size card. Just pulled this out of my binder. So if you know me, Andre Dawson's my PC guy. There's a little texture on the back of these cards, so they're pretty cool. And then of course the I guess that's considered the gold. I mean, it looks brown, but it's the gold bordered short print, which is twice as thick. And that's the same thing, Andre Dawson 2010. And then if you notice that, he's got the Cooperstown logo going on here. Alright, I think I lost my light. Hang on a second. There we go. So he just made it into Cooperstown that year. So obviously they had announced it by that point in time. So he was able to make that set. And then of course there is the mini. So the mini tobacco Andre Dawson, a polar bear. So that's super cool. I believe this one I probably got off eBay. So that as well is a 2010 on the polar bear for my man Andre Dawson. And now we are going to go into the future. Let's see, that's 2020, so they have brought it back. So let me show you this guy first. So I pulled this one out. It was the first one I was going to show. So you notice there's no more big cards. So this is a 2020 Topps 206, same logo and all that as these old ones, basically. So like I said, after 2010 they went away, and then they came back like around here 2020, maybe a little earlier, and now they're online exclusives. You can only order through Topps the little 10 card sets, and I think now they're like 40 card boxes, but you pay like if it were multiple, bigger boxes. You got to pay for like 4 of the 10 box sets to get them now. So you get like 40 cards instead of 10. And this one is a sweet Caporal on the 2010. So I was able to pick up a box of these or 2 from the local card shop. They had them, so they had ordered them. But I don't normally order from Topps, so that's why I don't have a lot more. But I do like these. Same thing, 2020. There's an Andre Dawson, so part of my PC. And they do have base backs without, so the Piedmont is the lowest end short print, but it's a step above the basic back. And that's him on the Expos. And then 2021 have Andre Dawson. So these are the only example I think that I have of 2021 and then 2022. So that's just the base back. So right there, that's Andre Dawson base back, because people were asking way too much for some of the other ones. But still, happy to have that. Cool on the Cubs there. And last but not least, folks, my Andre Dawson, and this would be 2022. And so hopefully they'll be coming out with this again soon. And then Allen and Ginter should be coming out soon. So yes, this is 2022. Much more old school design. So let's put old Andre. Well, I guess that's a little more like the 2010s, like the Mickey Mantle and all that. So I guess they kind of went back with that design. But this one here, I guess, would be more like the original. Kind of looks like the Helmar cards as well. So there we go, Andre Dawson, and this one is also just a base back. Then they had different series, so like the first series would be like 40 cards or 100 cards, and then the next one, and then the next one, so on and so forth. So there it is, folks. There is my Topps 205 and 206 hits and other stuff. So thanks for watching. Sorry it went on even longer than I expected. Alright, Jeopardy time. Please subscribe. I'd like to get to 200. Maybe we could do a contest. Alright, see you.